Okay, people, I want all your attention because the MSI Claw 8 AI just got way more interesting. Microsoft's latest Windows 11 update has turned this $1,000 handheld into something straight out of Xbox's playbook. And trust me, the insane 5 updates you're about to hear will change how this little beast plays forever. So you know how handheld gaming has been the battlefield for Windows and Linux lately. Devices like the GPD, Win5 and ROG Ally X have been showing off insane benchmarks, but the MSI Claw 8 AI just entered the ring swinging, and Microsoft gave it a serious uppercut of power. Through the new Windows 11 Insider, build 7051, the Claw now gets the Xbox full-screen experience mode, the same slick interface that first showed up on the ROG Ally line. This is not really just a UI change, it's a full-blown evolution of how handheld gaming feels on Windows. You power up the device and boom! Straight into your Xbox Game Pass library. No keyboard, no messy desktop. Just games, buttons and vibes. ETA Prime, one of the most trusted names in handheld testing, showcased how seamlessly it all works on the Intel-powered Claw 8 AI Plus. You can log in, browse your Game Pass collection, and even navigate the whole thing with the device's joysticks and triggers. Microsoft isn't just teasing handheld support anymore, they're going all in, and that's the first insane update. The Claw 8 AI now boots like a console. You don't need to wrestle with the desktop or launchers anymore. It's plug and play, handheld gaming on Windows, exactly how it should have been from day one. The second big update is performance optimization. Remember the pain of Windows eating up your RAM before you even start gaming? Yeah, Microsoft finally noticed. ETA Prime's testing showed that switching from the standard desktop mode to the Xbox full screen mode slashes memory usage from 7.3 GB to 6.2 GB. That's a solid 2 GB saved, which is massive for a 16 GB handheld. That's extra memory that can now be allocated to your GPU or used by demanding games like Cyberpunk 2077 or Black Myth: Wukong. And it's not just theory. In benchmark tests, Cyberpunk 2077 at 1200p, medium 30 watt. TDP jumped from 55 FPS to 61 FPS in the new mode. That's around a 10% FPS gain just from a software tweak. Forza Horizon 5 and Wukong saw smaller but consistent bumps. Battery life didn't really change, which is fine, because more frames per watt is always a win in our books. Let's talk about the third update, seamless integration with MSI own tools. The new Xbox mode doesn't isolate the MSI Claw ecosystem. You can still pull up the MSI Quick Settings panel to adjust power limits, TDP, fan curves, or brightness without leaving the Xbox interface. The MSI Center M app syncs directly with the Xbox Game Bar now, which means you can tweak performance profiles mid-session, just like on Steam OS, but in full Windows glory. It's a small thing that adds up to a smoother experience. Think about it. You're playing Forza, notice a slight drop, and with 2 taps, you boost the TDP or switch performance profiles without breaking the flow. That's the kind of polish handheld gamers have been begging for. And fourth update, wider OEM support incoming. This one's bigger than just the Claw. Microsoft confirmed that the full-screen handheld mode isn't exclusive anymore. More OEMs are coming aboard, meaning devices like the ROG Ally, Lenovo Legion Go, and even upcoming Xbox-branded handhelds could soon share a unified interface. This is Microsoft's way of saying, hey Steam Deck, we're coming for you. It's a long-term strategy to make Windows handhelds behave like actual consoles, simple, efficient, and optimized. And with the AMD Ryzen Z 2 Extreme APU, already outperforming older chips. You can imagine what's next for handheld performance parity across brands. The fifth final update, the early flaws. Now, it's not all rainbows and RGB lights. ETA Prime and a few testers have pointed out some early limitations. The launcher still can't detect all your installed apps. Only major game clients like Steam, Xbox, or Epic. So, if you're the kind of player who runs mods, emulators, or third-party overlays, you'll have to manually add them or run them through Steam's non-Steam shortcut feature. Also, customization is a bit bare bones. You can't rearrange tiles or theme the interface yet. Microsoft's clearly focused on getting the functionality rock solid before adding flair, which makes sense for a preview build. Still, these are early access wrinkles, not deal breakers. The important part is that this version works out of the box. No tinkering, no unofficial hacks, no registry voodoo. Just a clean, Xbox-grade interface on your Claw. So what does this mean for the handheld scene? This update might sound small, but it's actually the clearest sign that Windows handhelds are being treated as a real category. For years, Linux-based systems like Steam Deck and Chimera OS had the edge because they felt like consoles. Lightweight OS, quick boots, game-first design. Windows handhelds, in comparison, always felt like tiny laptops pretending to be consoles. But now, that gap is closing. The MSI Claw 8AI, with Intel's latest chip and this software layer, feels cohesive. Like a proper hybrid between console convenience and PC freedom. And when you can squeeze out 5 to 10% more FPS just from mode switching, that's not just convenience, that's optimization with purpose. The message is clear, Microsoft's serious this time. Between the full-screen experience, tighter OEM collaborations, and performance tuning at the OS level, Windows handhelds are no longer a side experiment. They're part of the main lineup. Sure, there's still polishing to do, but if this is where Windows 11 is heading, we're officially entering the handheld renaissance. Drop a like if you're hyped, and let's talk specs in the comments.